All right, welcome to this chapter-by-chapter book review, breaking down an absolute management classic, The 1-Minute Manager, along with its modern 2015 update. Today, we're really going to do a deep dive into this legendary text by Ken Blanchard and Spencer Johnson. We'll explore the original 1982 concepts that literally took the business world by storm, and then see exactly how those ideas were modernized for today's fast-paced workplace in the new 1-Minute Manager. So let's jump right in.
You know, to really understand this book, we have to first look at the core philosophy of the manager in the story. In the book, the manager firmly believes that people are the true key to results. I mean, it's so easy for us to get buried under daily tasks, spreadsheets, putting out fires, but think about this quote from Ken Blanchard. "The best minute I spend is the one I invest in people." That idea anchors the entire methodology. The absolutely most valuable currency any leader has is their time, and investing just a fraction of it directly into your team yields the highest possible return. And there's a motif that pops up throughout the chapters, a simple digital watch readout displaying 1 minute. It's this constant, persistent symbol meant to remind each of us to take literally just a minute out of our day to truly look into the faces of the people we manage. It's a great reminder that effective management doesn't necessarily mean spending hours in grueling, endless meetings. It's really about brief, highly focused moments of connection and clarity.
Okay, here is our roadmap. We have 1. The search for a manager. 2. Secret 1-minute goals. 3. Secret 2-minute praisings. 4. Secret 3-minute redirects. 5. Why the secrets work. And finally, 6. Criticisms and alternative approaches.
Section 1. The search for a manager. So the book actually opens up with a fable about a bright young man traveling the world searching for the perfect leader to work for and learn from. But before he meets his ultimate mentor, we need to understand a massive workplace shift that the book addresses. In the original 1980s text, the workplace was defined by this top-down command and control management style. The manager completely dictated the terms. The 2015 update, however, recognizes that today's workers crave meaning in their work, shifting the whole focus to a collaborative side-by-side leadership style. Anyway, the young man finally finds this highly productive leader known simply as the 1-minute manager. And amazingly, this manager's desk is completely spotless, his schedule is totally clear, and yet his team is just crushing their targets. Intrigued, and let's be honest, probably a little suspicious, the young man asks for his secret. The manager agrees to let him interview his team so he can discover this top-secret formula for himself.
Which brings us to Section 2, Secret 1, Minute Goals.
Our young man first meets a team member named Mr. Trennell, who reveals the foundational secret of the entire system: 1-minute goals. He explains that 80% of an organization's results are actually driven by just 20% of its tasks. You know, the famous 80-20 rule or Pareto principle. This first secret relies entirely on defining those critical priorities with total clarity up front, because if you don't know exactly what your goals are and what success looks like, you can't possibly achieve it efficiently.
So the crucial point is how you actually execute this. The manager and employee collaboratively define what success looks like, and they put it on a single page. It should be under 250 words. Think about how refreshing that is compared to a massive 50-page corporate manual. Because it takes less than a minute to read daily, the employee gains this profound sense of ownership. They know exactly what they were hired to do, and they're empowered to solve problems on their own, rather than constantly running to the boss for every little thing.
Section 3, Secret 2, Minute Praisings.
Continuing his journey, the young man discovers the second secret, catching people doing something right. Most managers, unfortunately, wait for that dreaded annual performance review to give feedback, but by then, all the specific details are totally lost. The 1-minute manager praises positive behavior immediately, and the formula is super precise. Spend about 30 seconds explicitly stating what they did right. Then, and this is vital, pause. Just let the compliment sink in. Finally, spend another 30 seconds affirming their value to the team and encouraging them to keep it up. It builds immediate, lasting confidence.
Next up, Section 4, Secret 3, Minute Redirects.
Finally, the young man meets Ms. Brown, a highly experienced employee who explains the third secret, which is used when a mistake is made. Now, this is the chapter that has seen the most significant transformation. In the 1982 original, this was a rather harsh 1-minute reprimand. But Ken Blanchard and Spencer Johnson realized that the modern workplace changes so incredibly fast that everyone is constantly in learning mode. Because of this, it's just not helpful to punish a learner. So the authors completely updated the aggressive reprimand to a supportive, coaching-focused redirect. Here's exactly how the redirect works. First, you address the specific mistake immediately, never letting resentment build, focusing strictly on the behavior for 30 seconds. Then, you pause to let the gravity of the mistake sink in. But the crucial step here is the pivot right after the pause. You spend the remaining 30 seconds affirming the employee's inherent worth and value to the team. You clearly and decisively separate the poor behavior from the person themselves.
Section 5. Why the secrets work.
Returning to the manager's office, the young man understands the what, but now he really wants to know the why. Why does this all actually work? Well, the manager explains it using this fantastic metaphor. He says that without clear goals and feedback, managing people is like making them bowl with a sheet draped over the pens. They roll the ball, hear a loud crash, but have absolutely no idea how they did. These secrets simply pull back the curtain. They eliminate those invisible bowling pins, allowing people to clearly manage themselves. When you combine clear targets with immediate praise and supportive redirects, you naturally build self-leaders who truly enjoy their work.
Section 6. Criticisms and alternative approaches.
Okay, stepping outside of the fable for a moment, no system is perfect, right? We have to objectively look at how management theorists have critiqued this beloved methodology. Critics often argue that human psychology is deeply complex, and condensing management down to one-minute interactions can be a major oversimplification. If applied rigidly, checking in constantly to give quick praises or redirects can actually start to feel like micromanagement, potentially stifling an employee's creativity. Furthermore, focusing solely on immediate behaviors might cause a manager to ignore long-term career development and the nuanced coaching required for profound professional growth.
In fact, Ken Blanchard himself recognized these limitations and later integrated the one-minute system into a broader, more flexible theory called situational leadership. While the one-minute manager offers a uniform process for everyone, situational leadership proves you actually must dynamically adapt your style, whether that's directing, coaching, supporting, or delegating, to fit an employee's specific competence and motivation. These one-minute techniques are absolutely best used when they are tailored directly to the individual.
But at its heart, the core message of this book remains incredibly powerful. Whether you use your next minute to collaboratively set a clear goal, offer a genuine praising to a colleague, or deliver a quick supportive redirect, this simple framework forces us to stop, actually look at our people, and truly invest our time where it matters most. So as we wrap up this review and you head back to your day, I'll leave you with this. How will you spend your next minute at work?